Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. So, we are going to be going live right now with a musician who is going to be joining me on my live session today and going to be speaking all about his musical career. So, let's just send this over to Lamar. Super. Here we go.
Wow. Hello.
Good evening, Lamar.
Good evening. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Me, I'm good, thanks.
Good, good. Firstly, thank you so much for taking your time out. I'm sure you're a busy guy making music, producing music, a lot
Something
of that
like that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining me on this live session today.
Of course, of course, of course.
Super.
Nice to meet you.
Firstly, a big shout out to Charlton, who is my
Yep,
colleague at BTH Properties, who arranged this live session for me today, where
yep,
you are joining me today. So thank you so much to
exactly.
Charlton and yourself.
Yeah,
Lamar, the whole reason for me to do this is to share knowledge, spread the positivity amongst the human race that we are.
yeah,
This is why I do these live sessions. So appreciate you coming on here.
of course, man, of course.
Super. Before we get started, Lamar, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself as to who you are and what you do.
Okay, so hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night. Um, I I do I've been singing for as long as I can remember, and I was blessed enough to get signed by a Mr. Simon Fuller back in 2017 to
Wow.
his company XIX Entertainment to represent the UK for his global pop group called Now
Wow.
United. Yeah,
I saw that. I mean, and it's listed on your profile as well. So
yeah,
absolutely amazing what they're doing with such young talent out there. So all good. I
exactly.
mean,
Yeah.
how old are you, Lamar?
Okay, so me, I'm 20 years old right now. I'm gonna be 21 in
Wow.
December. Yeah,
Wow. So a
yeah,
very short career to speak about, but I'm sure it's full
exactly.
of knowledge and character in there. So
Yeah,
Lamar, I always ask this to my guests that come on here. Um, when we were growing up as kids, you're
mhm,
still young, very young, but
yeah,
when we're growing up, we aspire to be a lot of the careers that we see in front of us, like possibly our parents are doctors or lawyers, and we see our family, friends, we go to school, college, university, we see people getting into different parts of careers, being a
yeah,
lawyer, doctor, an
exactly.
engineer, a architect, a
Mm,
musician like yourself, an
yeah.
actor. Did you always aspire to be a musician, or did you have other aspirations in mind with career?
Okay, so obviously, not a lot of people know this year, but I nearly went pro, and I nearly played for Manchester United. I'm joking. Nah, no, never. Nah, I did that. I did that because I know that my friends are watching. That's why I did that. But anyway, um, I've always had a passion for music and acting.
Okay.
Anything to do with expression, I've
Okay.
always enjoyed. Like,
Okay.
I've never really enjoyed football or basketball. I don't even really support a team or watch sports. I'm not
So
interested in
it's
it at
always
all.
been
Like,
always been
I've
music from the very
it's
start.
yeah, it's always been about
Wow.
music for me. And my mum, she did such a good job as a parent because sometimes as parents, what you can do is instead of it tends to be a cultural thing, especially in the black community. It tends to be a cultural thing, but it can happen in other families. But there's this stigma of you must go to uni, you must go to the school,
We
you
always
must
get
get
we
a
always
job,
get
you
that
must get
peer
education.
pressure from our parents, from our
Yeah,
family, that
yeah,
education is
yeah,
key to whatever you do. But then these days
yeah,
it's all about passion, right? What you like,
yeah,
what makes you happy, what job makes you happy, what profession makes you happy. Get into that,
exactly.
learn that, strive to get to the top. And if you can't, I mean, you can always say that you tried it, right? So,
Exactly, exactly, exactly. That's my point. So I'm lucky that I always had, my mum was always extremely supportive of me and started me off in little like short films, adverts, or like little performances on stage,
Got you.
plays, whatever it was. And she always supported me
Wow.
in that. So yeah, I've always
Wow.
had, that's always been my main focus is music and acting.
And correct
But
me if I'm
music.
wrong, I believe you come originally from Brazil.
No, 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 no. I'm not
No.
Brazilian at all. I'm from
Okay.
Jamaica. I come from, so my mom is from, my mom and my dad are directly from Jamaica, but
Okay.
my mother's mom, so my grandma has links and ties to Ghana.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
but
Fine.
I'm not directly Ghanaian, but there's links somewhere
The,
in the
there
bloodline.
is, so you've
Yeah,
got a mixture of the African black community and
African,
the Caribbean black
Caribbean.
community.
Yeah, yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So, what age did you start singing? What, as soon as you were born, you were like, woo?
Okay, yeah. So literally. So I don't know if you remember Usher's "You Remind Me of a Girl
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
I," that song. Yeah. So
yeah.
my mom told me I used to just sit in the car and bop my head like that as a kid, and I'd be like
Okay,
na 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 na, and I'd be singing along to it as
okay.
a kid. I wish there were videos, but there's no videos of
I
that.
mean, Usher was what, that tune came out in when, 2004,
Yeah,
something like
around that
that.
time. Yeah, I think it's off of 8701, 8701 off of that
Wow.
album. So
And
yeah,
that's what
2004.
took you
Mhm.
to the next
Yeah.
level. So
Yep.
did you, I mean, did you go to schooling, and in school did you sort of take up music as
Okay. Yeah. So I never really studied. One thing I'm gonna say I regret is I had the chance to learn an instrument for free and I didn't
okay.
do it. I didn't do it because I thought it wasn't cool or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And now
What instrument was that?
the piano. So I had the chance. I
Ah,
could either
okay.
learn the piano, the guitar, or the drums. And
Okay.
all I was interested in was the drums. It's like because I hadn't come into myself yet. Once I came into me, I realized no, I need the piano because a drum is great, but it's rhythmic.
Yep.
Me, I'm a singer, so I work
You need the
melodically.
pianos,
Yeah, you
of
need the
course.
piano. So I started to try and pick it up a little bit, and that's where I start. That's how I sort of got into production because some of the artists that I really look up to, I look at the credits and I see written by that artist, produced by that artist, and for me, that meant a lot to be able to write and produce your own music. So that's when I started that journey, and that was about maybe 3 years ago. I started to try
Wow.
and make my own music. Probably longer than
And
that actually,
before,
because I started in school. So probably about
so
2013.
that's at the age of 17. Let me take you a few years back. I
Yeah.
mean, how was it being at school and being, were you the best musician in your school, or were you the best singer in your
I'll say
school?
this, and
Okay.
I'll say that I'm not gonna say that, right? But I will say this: I got the best. My friend and I got the best grades in music GCSE in the history of the school. For
Wow.
so there's a practical test, right? So there's a
Okay.
practical. So you have to
So the
in the
practical,
practical
yes,
test,
take me through that, please.
yeah. So you have about 45 minutes. You're given three chord sequences, right? Three chord progressions, right? So you
Okay.
pick one, two, or three, and you take the
Okay.
chord progression, and you have to change it around to make it original and create your own song out of it, right? And then the written was like, obviously, what note is this?
Okay.
What song is this called? Ah,
Okay.
and
So
then
it's like a
they'd play
multiple choice
music.
question, like
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
you've got to
But
remember.
then it's not like a exactly, but it's not like a normal test because it's music. You actually like so they'll have an answer. They'll say at 117. When does the song crescendo is it a does it use vibrato? Do you know what I mean? It allows you to use different musical terms and it
Okay.
really tests your knowledge. So yeah, we got A stars and A's on that. Best
Wow.
grades in the school for the
Wow.
GCSE test. Yeah, best grades in the
And
history of the
and
school. So
and then
yeah.
once you finished schooling, what was next? What came next? Did you go to college? Did you go to sixth form? I mean, how was it for you? Because obviously you're at the age of 20, you're in your prime right now. But
Yeah.
how was it after schooling? What did you get up to?
So after school, I was studying while I was after my GCSEs. I went into sixth form and I started to do um performing arts at a school called
Okay.
Eastbrook, which is not too far from me, from
Okay.
Robert Clack. Now,
Okay.
what happened was while I was doing that, that was around the time that I was going up and down in London, going for casting auditions, going for short films, whatever it was. I was
Did you
doing
did
it,
you did
modeling,
you did you
anything.
did you try the X Factor and Britain's Got Talent?
Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay.
Here's a weird thing. Here's a weird thing. Me, I'm religious, right? I believe in
Okay.
God. I'm a
Okay.
Christian. So, but
Okay.
like speaking on that, I said to myself, right, as a youth at 13 years old, I said to myself, you know what? I want to be famous and I want to be really good. I want to
You're
really,
already
really be
you
good.
you are already famous. You've got 1.4 million followers on your Instagram. I mean, how much more
Yeah,
famous do you want to get?
bro, I'm telling you, there's no limit. You never limit yourself. I'm telling you, don't put yourself in a box, right? There's so
Sorry to
much
cut you
more
off
to
there,
be
but
done.
but go ahead.
Of
Go ahead
course,
on
of
your
course.
conversation.
Yeah, of course. So what's it? What was I saying? I was talking about
You
being
were
famous,
talking
right?
about after
Yeah.
sixth form,
So after sixth form, so no, no, no. Right.
during
So
sixth form.
yeah. So I'll tell you about this little story. So I was about 13 years old, and I told myself, you know what? I don't want to go on Britain's Got Talent or X Factor, but I still
Okay.
want to get to where I want to go, and I put that
Okay.
out there.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, maybe what, a week later or something, I heard something said to me, Lamar, something big is going
It's
to
coming.
happen that is going to change your life. And I was 13,
Wow.
right? So
Wow.
I said, so
Okay.
all that time I was sitting there waiting, thinking, when is this thing gonna come? And then
And
sometimes
that thought just came to your mind, like
it came to
just
my
out of
mind.
the blue.
So, I like to believe that it was either God directly or the
God
Holy
sent.
Spirit or something, maybe I don't
It's
know, a
it,
family member or something. But
it
I
is
know that it
always the
was,
case.
I
It is
know that it
always the
was
case.
something on a higher plane than me. Do you know what I
Yep,
mean?
yep,
It was
yep,
something
yep,
higher than that
yep.
told me, Lamar, something big is gonna happen. So obviously, when I got that phone call, I was like, oh my God. Like it was crazy, it was surreal. They were like, the guy was
Who
literally talking to
who
me.
who did you get that phone call from?
Amy Winehouse's ex-manager. Yeah. Nick Shemansky.
You're
Yeah.
joking. Wow.
No. These are the
Just
people that I deal with at the moment, they're a big deal. They are a big
wow.
deal. So they're serious people. So yeah. But that's what ended up happening. And when I went out there, there was a boot camp, and out of, I think it started off there were maybe about 40 or 30 people, and it had to be whittled down to 11, but we ended up picking
Okay.
14. So yeah,
Wow. And you were one of them.
yeah, yeah, which is a
Wow.
blessing.
That is absolutely amazing.
To
So,
represent the whole of the UK. Yeah,
I'm a true believer that, when things like these come from God, they come for a reason.
yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
in that sense, because I'm a Muslim as well, and I believe in my religion
Yeah,
way too much to say that I think 99% of the work, or 99.9, you can put how many nines you want after the point. That
yeah,
much amount of work comes from God. You are
exactly. It's
just that
true.
0.1%. You
It's
just do
true.
that 0.1%, maybe make the phone call, maybe pick up the phone call,
Exactly,
maybe call
exactly,
the
exactly.
client, and that's your hard work. But people tend to forget the amount
Mm,
of work that possibly someone up there is putting into your life for you to go
exactly.
out and achieve it. It's
Exactly,
absolutely amazing.
exactly, exactly. And that's my thing. That's why I don't play with, I try not to play around with God and be, do you know what I mean? Because obviously I am here for a reason. And like I was explaining to my boys the other day, right? I said to them, right, so God created us, right? And everybody has a role to play, right? Because I remember talking to him, I said, I look around at some of the people that went to my school and I think to myself, where are they now? Like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? I even think
Do you keep in touch with them? Do you
not
call
all of
them
them.
up,
No,
or okay?
it's not everyone that you have to talk to, you know.
Of
It's
course.
just you have to mind your spirit, your energy, and you have to mind who you allow in your space because you don't know what type of thing that person's bringing with them. Do you know what I mean? unless
Of
it's
course.
maybe a business partner or something. Anytime you anytime you entangle yourself with a person, you have to make sure that what they're bringing is nothing that's gonna mess with what you've got going on. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
I mean,
it's
whoever you take in your life, make sure they're adding value to your life, or
exactly
you're
like
adding value to their life.
exactly
Whatever. And that's the whole point of doing these live sessions with people like yourself from different professional backgrounds. You know,
yeah
Instagram is such an amazing tool in
yeah
today's modern age to have, that you can, like, look, we've got 520 people live on this right now, and they're
yeah
listening to you speaking. They're taking that knowledge in, and I'm sure we're adding value to their life. It's all about that, right? To add value to
exactly
someone's life, and it doesn't have to come at a price of money. It can be for free,
no
you know.
exactly
And so coming back to your career,
yeah
so you finished sixth form, you got
yep
picked for that group.
group yeah.
Then what?
So after that, literally we started. I decided I wouldn't go into education further because I
How did
felt
your
that
mother feel about it?
she wasn't happy. Well, actually, honestly, by that point, I had already started my journey. So
Okay,
I finished school in 2018. So
okay,
yeah, it wasn't actually that long ago,
okay,
but I kind of started doing Now United while I was still doing, so it was okay. Do
okay.
you know what I mean?
Got you.
It was
Okay.
okay. She didn't really mind too much, yeah. But
So
like
yes, we were talking about
after
after
that,
sixth
I didn't go
form.
back into education.
Okay. So
Yeah,
then now,
I
so for the
literally
past
went.
3 years that you've been picked by Now United, and
Mm,
you're into your musical career, what's been happening for the last 3 years? Can you take me through that?
I can try my best to articulate it. So, um, so the first year was fun, but it was new for everyone because first and foremost, no one's really been in such a high, such a how do I describe it? It's like when you go from I don't
Did you
want to
have
say
to did you
nothing.
have to pinch yourself to just check
Yeah,
whether this is
yeah,
real?
yeah, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like
Wow.
where we would like, for example, where we were rehearsing for the tour, like Childish Gambino would just walk by like it was nothing. Chris Brown had been there, Bruno Mars had been there. You know,
Seriously. And you saw all
I
these
met
guys
Miley
around
Cyrus.
there.
Yeah, I met Miley Cyrus outside. Like it
Wow.
becomes it. You have to sort of take yourself. Okay, I'm no longer just a member of society. I now
I
have a
am a
platform.
celebrity.
I now have yeah. And but the thing is, being a celebrity, it's a responsibility just as much as
Absolutely.
it is something to indulge in. Because at
Of
the end of
course.
the day, right, you have a responsibility to make sure that if you have a voice, right, if you have a platform and you can influence people to make better decisions for the for the well-being of the world and others, then why not? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You've got all that money, you've got all the influence. You can, and like you even said, you don't really need money. You can do it for free. You can raise money for charity. You can do free shows. You can do you know what I mean? There's different ways to raise money. So that's
Everything
what
at
I
the touch
truly
of a
believe.
button,
As
for
much as
example.
yeah. So as a celebrity, it's really important to. But me, I don't call myself a celebrity at all. I do not label myself as a celebrity, and I'm quite happy to walk around and just
You
be
don't,
normal. Do you know
but
what I
other
mean? For
people do
now,
regard you as
no.
that. One of them is me.
Really? Oh, well, thank you. But
Uh,
I don't know what it is. I just don't. I don't.
you're still, I think
I
you're
don't
still
know.
sinking into that. I mean, you're just 20 years old, so I'm sure it will take some time for you to
Yeah,
get up to scratch to the fact that
yeah,
yes, things have changed now. I need to look like a celebrity. I need to walk like a
yeah.
celebrity. I need to
Exactly,
talk like a
exactly,
celebrity, possibly
exactly,
drive a supercar, all that kind of stuff. So
exactly,
So
exactly.
how has it been so far with your musical career? I mean, starting up, getting signed up by Now United. How has
Yeah.
it been so far? How's the journey?
It's been a journey that I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't want to do it any other way because it has shaped me and formed me into who I am becoming, and that is my best self. Honestly, I look back about 3 years, I think to myself, damn, I was so naive if I thought that I was gonna make it anywhere like that. Do you know what I mean? And it's not so much how I treated people or how I it's not so much about that. It's more
Of
about
course.
me and where
State of
I
mind.
was mentally. Do you know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
whether you might be prepared physically for the money and the fame and the jobs and the whatever, but are you prepared mentally? And when I sat back, I looked at it, I said, nah, it wouldn't have worked. It would not have worked because there's just some things that I would not have been able to do. There's some things I would not have been able to handle being my past self.
Of course.
I've now grown into this current version of myself,
So
which honestly is my best self.
are you a believer that everything happens in a set time and when the
Yes,
time is right, it will come to you?
yes, yes. Now, and I've had that conversation with myself, and I struggle. I'm not gonna lie, because me, I'm hungry for success. I didn't say
Of course.
wealth. I didn't say money. I didn't say fame. I said success, right? I want to be successful, and I want to be able to, one, be recognized in what I do as good at it, because otherwise, you just look dumb. And then the second thing, I want to be able to provide for my family and live a good life. Do you know what I mean? Doing what I love, which is
Absolutely.
possible. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I mean by success, and that's what I want. That's what I want to achieve. Do you know what I mean? There's
It's
just
like Drake said in his new track with DJ Khaled that he made, and he said, "I want a life,
yeah,
but a legendary one. I want to die, but
yeah,
quick one, and I want a wife that's
yeah.
whatever."
Yeah. Exactly. Something like that. Exactly.
So
So it's
I want to ask you this question:
yeah.
who did you listen to most of the time while growing up? Which musician did you
Okay.
like the most? And I know you're
Okay.
coming from the R&B, the modern R&B genre and all that kind of stuff, so I'm sure it must have been a R&B artist that you listened to constantly, but I may be wrong.
Yes. No. You're right. In fact, you hit the nail on the head. Now, what I would say is that me, I love modern R. I love, sorry, old school R&B. I'm talking
Of
90s,
course.
80s, from the 80s actually, from disco, from Marvin Gaye, way back, right? James Brown, Teddy Pendergrass, way back, all the way up to now. I have everyone in between, right? But if you want me to drop some names, Usher, Michael, Prince, James Brown, as I said, Teddy Pendergrass, Stevie Wonder, obviously, I'm
All
not
the
gonna call his
big
name,
boys of R&B.
Chris Brown. I'm not gonna call his name, right? But he's in a cell right now. I'm not gonna call his name, but
I don't
you know
know.
who I'm
I don't
talking
know who
about.
that
You
is.
don't.
I don't know.
People call him the king of R&B, but I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say much
King of
more. You don't know who
R&B.
it is.
The king of R&B. The king of R&B.
He's
Ah, R. Kelly.
that. You're not supposed to say his name. You're not supposed to say his name, brother. You're not supposed to say his
Got you.
name.
Sorry about that, but I
But
got it.
no, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I don't condone or agree with anything of what he did in his personal life. But we're not talking about his personal life.
Of
We're
course.
talking about
We're not even
music.
talking about
We're
it.
talking about music.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Yeah, we're talking about music.
he is
So
one of the
in terms
greatest.
of
He is one of the greatest in what he did in
yes,
music. I mean, uh, uh, look,
exactly.
what someone does in their personal life, I think it's the media that wants money to bring out all those whatever things they did, it be wrong, it be
Yeah,
good, it be right, whatever it is, it's the media that screws all these things up, so
yeah, it's true.
but as a musician, I'm sure the people that have done wrong stuff or right stuff, they are known
Yeah,
because of their music. I mean, no one knew R. Kelly for what he
yeah,
did. Everyone knew R. Kelly for the
exactly,
music he made, or what he produced, or he
exactly,
sang, all that
exactly,
kind of stuff. So
exactly.
absolutely. So it's good to
Yeah,
know
but I do.
what you listen to. And who's your like your idol, I guess,
My
in
idol. I
this
don't have any
industry?
idols. I don't have any idols. I don't worship anyone but God. I'll be honest with you, man.
Of course,
I get
no one should. Not as that's it. But let's
yeah.
say inspiration. Inspiration.
Inspiration.
That's the word I was looking for.
Um, I don't know. Will Smith inspires me
or
quite a
or
bit. I'll
or
be
or
honest.
or it's yourself. You're your own inspiration.
No, I mean, not really. No, I mean, I do enjoy my own stuff. Yeah, if that's what you're
Okay.
asking. But
Uh-huh.
yeah. Honestly, one of my influences would probably be definitely be Will Smith. Yeah,
Of course,
definitely,
for what he's
definitely,
achieved in life and what he's done, and he's raised the bar for the black community
exactly,
all around the world. You know what he's done, what
exactly.
he's achieved in life. Um, so coming back to yourself,
Yeah.
where do you want to be? I mean, do you want to sell out Wembley Arena? Is that one of your
Oh
goals
yeah.
in your
Oh
success
yeah.
list?
Brother, listen. So I've got my album, right? I've got my album done and then some, right? So I've got so much music and so much more to even create that is just sitting right here. Yeah. I
Wow.
got so much music, right? But the thing is, right now, I'm in a space where I feel like as we spoke about before, if if you're not ready, if the time is not right, then if it were to happen, it would not last. It would not stand. It would not be
Of
your
course.
legacy would be flimsy. Do you know what I mean?
Of
So you
course.
have to make sure that you lay down the foundations correctly so that
Foundations,
when
right?
you come out, when you start building, it stays, it's strong, it's steadfast, and it
Absolutely.
can't be moved. You know what I mean? Even
So
if you
where
do
are
hit
you
a
right
few
now?
bumps,
Are you on your foundations or are you building now?
I would still say I'm on my foundations because honestly, there are some things that I do need to still. There's some behavioral traits that I have that are not um in my favor. Like I can be a
Okay.
little bit laid back sometimes. I won't call
Okay.
myself lazy, not at all.
Just
But
laid
I
back.
am. I
It's
can
good
be
to
a
be
little bit
laid
laid
back
back.
sometimes, but not all the time, I guess.
Not all the time. No, sometimes you got to. That's what I'm saying. So sometimes I got to kick myself. I'm like, come on, Lamar, get up and go do it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to be like that. I want to just be able to just do it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to.
Of
I
course.
don't want to have to force myself. Oh, come on, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. And
Just
that's what I'm kind of fighting with right now.
when you feel like that, just watch The Pursuit of Happiness. You know when Will Smith is in there grinding
Yeah,
to get where he wants to. Just
yeah,
watch it. I'm sure
exactly.
it'll give you the inspiration to get up
Get
and do
some
it.
inspiration.
But
Exactly.
it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on here.
Yeah,
You spoke about so many things, and literally, I would have to do another live session with you just to talk about your music, what you
yeah,
do, and what sort of genres are you. I mean, we spoke about the genres that you're doing, but
yeah,
I might have to book another live session with you sometime very soon. But before you go, I
yeah,
do this with all my guests that come on here. It's all about we shared the knowledge. Now it's about spreading positivity, right? And there's a lot of negative sentiment around us today with what happened earlier in the year, the
yeah,
lockdown, people lost their jobs, businesses. I mean, so many high streets are like empty, deserted right now. Businesses have gone bust. What positive advice would you like to share with them today so that they can take that on board and move forward in life with whatever they're doing, whether it be music, acting, business, property, whatever it is? What positive advice would you like to share with them today?
So the positive advice I would love to give to you is it's gonna
Not
sound
just to me, to the world.
to the world, right? To
To
the
the world.
world.
Yeah,
It's gonna sound so generic, but it's principle.
absolutely.
Don't ever let anybody turn you away from what you love to do, right? And once you get past that, right, that's the first thing. Don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do what you want to do. That's the first thing. I'm going to give you three nuggets, right? The second thing, right? Mind your circle, right? Make sure that the people around you are ready mentally and not so much physically, but mentally ready to grow with you. And if they can't grow with you, then you must outgrow them. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Of
that
course.
your journey is leading you down that path and their journey is leading them down
Is
this
leading
path,
them.
right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And the last piece of advice I'll give you is never doubt your ability to do something. If you feel like you don't know something, we have Google, we have the internet. Do you know what I mean?
Just search it.
Educate yourself on something.
Educate
Do you know what I
yourself.
mean?
Of course.
Sorry, one more thing I'm gonna throw in there. Educate yourself,
Good.
right? Or maybe
Of
just put
course.
that as the overall banner, right?
As the
You need to
overall
educate
banner.
yourself Educate yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Educate yourself, because I could say it for a lot of things, right? You need to educate yourself on culture. You need to educate yourself on
Music,
politics. You need to
art,
educate yourself on
politics.
music, arts.
Yeah.
Your rights as a human. You need to
Yeah.
educate yourself. So what I'll say is that there's a lot of people out there that don't know about a lot of things that could potentially get them out of a sticky situation if they knew how to do it. So it's important. Educate yourself, and then love
Of
yourself.
course.
Love yourself.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
we'll end on that.
But super. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming on here. It's been a
Thank you, man.
pleasure to
Thank you.
speak to you, to know
Yeah.
you, to get everything out of you. I mean, I'm sure I've not got anything out of you yet, but there's so much to do
Yeah.
there. But one more thing I'd love to say is that when you get
Yeah.
successful, don't forget this live session that you had with me.
No, I wouldn't. Things like this, I don't forget. I don't forget things like this. I don't. I remember you for a long
Absolutely.
time. We might even start doing business together once the dough comes in. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lamar, for joining me
Thank
today.
you,
It's
brother.
been a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Take care.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, what an amazing individual. Lamar, musician, songwriter, producer, in so many different fields. And I'm 35 years old. He's only 20. And I can say that I had my education class of today. Thank you so much to Lamar for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Thank you to all the viewers. Wow, I mean, the counts have been going mad with the viewers. So thank you so much to everyone that joined me. Do join me again tomorrow, where I'll have another live session with people from different professions. So it is going to be absolutely amazing. But in the meantime, enjoy your Tuesday, whatever you're doing. Take care, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.